Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real American Talk. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emma. We are so glad you are here with us today.
Last episode, we talked about the verb take and how Americans use it for almost everything.
The response to that episode was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all your comments.
So today, we are tackling a verb that is just as important, but maybe a little bit trickier. It is the verb have.
That's right. Have seems so simple when you first learn English. You learn I have an apple or I have a book.
But native speakers use have for so many different situations. We use it for eating, for experiencing things, for getting things done, and for obligations.
And the most confusing part for learners is that British English and American English use have very differently in daily conversation.
Exactly. Sometimes Emma says things with have that sound super formal to me, and I say things that sound way too casual to her.
So today we are going to clear all of that up. We will look at the 4 essential ways to use have so you can sound completely natural.
Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's get started.
Let's start with meaning number 1, possession. This is when you own something.
In the US, we treat have just like any other verb, so if we ask a question, we use do. Do you have a car? Do you have a pen?
This makes perfect sense. But in the UK, it is much more common in spoken English to say, have got. Have you got a car? Have you got a pen?
So if we are at a restaurant and I need cash, I would ask you, Emma, do you have any cash?
And I would reply, no, I haven't got any cash. But if I asked you, I would say, Jack, have you got your credit card?
And I would say, yes, I have. Notice the difference, guys. If someone asks you with do you have, you answer with I do or I don't.
And if someone asks, have you got, you answer with I have or I haven't. Let's practice the negative form because it's super important.
Right. In America, we say, I don't have. Emma, how do you say it?
We say I haven't got. Let's list the most common phrases. I will say the British way and Jack will say the American way. Listen carefully and repeat. I haven't got time. I haven't got time. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. Have you got a minute? Have you got a minute?
I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Do you have a minute? Do you have a minute? Great job. Now let's move on to meaning number 2. We use have for daily actions and experiences.
In our last episode, we learned that Americans love to use the verb take for daily actions, like take a shower or take a break.
But in the UK, Emma, you guys prefer to use have for these exact same actions, right?
Exactly. For us, showering or resting is an experience, so we say have a shower or have a break.
Let's do a quick comparison. I will say the American take phrase, and Emma will give you the British have phrase. Repeat after us. Take a shower. Take a bath. Take a break. Take a nap.
Have a shower. Have a bath. Have a break. Have a nap. But wait, Jack. There are some phrases where both Americans and British people always use have.
That's true, especially with food and drinks. We never say eat a breakfast.
Right, we say have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner, have a cup of tea. Let's do a quick role play to show how we use have for actions and food.
Hey Emma, what are your plans for this weekend?
I think I'm just going to have a relaxing weekend. I want to have a lie-in on Saturday morning.
A lie-in? You mean sleep late?
Yes, have a lie-in. Then I'll probably have a long walk in the park. What about you?
I need to have lunch with my parents on Sunday. After that, we might have a drink at the new cafe downtown.
That sounds lovely. Let's have dinner together next week if you have time.
Sounds like a plan. See how many times we used have? It is everywhere. Now let's talk about meaning number 3. This is a big one. The causative have.
This is super important for daily conversation. It means you pay someone else to do something for you. You don't do it yourself.
For example, if you say, I cut my hair, it means you use scissors and cut your own hair in your bathroom.
Which is usually a terrible idea. So we use the structure, have plus the object plus the past participle. I had my hair cut.
This means you went to a salon and a professional did it. Let's look at things we usually pay people to do. Repeat out loud.
I had my car fixed. I had my car fixed. I had my eyes tested. I had my eyes tested.
I had my house painted. I had my house painted. We had pizza delivered. We had pizza delivered.
Now, in informal speech, we often replace have with get. So instead of I had my car fixed, you can say I got my car fixed.
Yes, Americans love using get for this. I got my hair cut. I got my phone repaired. Let's do a quick Q&A. Emma, what did you do yesterday?
My laptop was broken, so I had it repaired. What about you, Jack?
My suits were dirty, so I had them dry cleaned. Listeners, try to answer this. If your house is dirty and you hire a cleaner, what do you say?
You say, I had my house cleaned. Great job.
Moving on to meaning number 4, obligation. This is when you must do something. We use have to.
I have to work. I have to study. But the secret here is the pronunciation. Native speakers never pronounce it clearly.
We blend the words together. In the US, have to sounds like hafta, and has to sounds like hasta.
In the UK, we love adding got for emphasis. I have got to go, but we shorten it to I've gotta.
Let's practice the American pronunciation first. Repeat after me. I have to go. I have to go. We have to study. We have to study. She has to work. She has to work.
Now let's try the British way with gotta. Repeat after me. I've got to go. I've got to go. We've got to leave. We've got to leave. He's got to be joking. He's got to be joking.
Both ways are perfectly fine. Just remember, never say, I must to go. That is completely wrong. Always say, I must go, or I have to go.
Before we finish, let's give them 3 super useful idioms with have. Number 1, have a blast.
It means to have a great time, to have fun. We had a blast at the party last night.
Number 2, have a sweet tooth. It means you love sugary foods like chocolate and cake. I can't stop eating dessert. I have a sweet tooth.
Number 3, have your hands full. It means you are extremely busy. I can't help you today. I have my hands full with work.
All right, Jack. Are you ready for the final test? I will give you a situation and you give me a have sentence.
Bring it on.
Situation 1. You want to ask if I own a pen. The British way.
Have you got a pen?
Situation 2. You are going to the bathroom to wash yourself.
And I'm going to have a shower, or take a shower.
Situation 3. You paid a mechanic to repair your car.
I had my car repaired.
Situation 4. You must leave the party right now.
I have to go.
Perfect score.
I hope you guys had a blast today and learned a lot.
Practice these sentences and you will sound so natural. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Take care. Bye.